and welcome to Therapy Book Thursday. Today we are going to read a book about friendship and differences and being able to get along with people, even though maybe they look or sound or do things a little differently than you, and how we can treat people with kindness. So this book is called You Can Be a Good Friend, No Matter What. Written by Taraji P. Henson and illustrated by Paul Kellum. You can be a good friend, no matter what. Lil TJ was one cool kid. She had funky style, groovy rhythm, and the most magnificent dog anyone anywhere had ever seen. Lil TJ's grandma Patsy lived far away, but TJ talked to grandma almost every day. She told grandma everything, her hopes, her dreams, her adventures with Willie, and lately TJ had been telling her all about school starting and how she was going to make 1,000,000 friends. Grandma said, "Remember, friendships take time, baby girl. You need to nurture them to help them grow." Soon, kids from the playground came inside to join the fun. Squawk! From across the room came the most awful sound. Bo was holding a violin, trying hard to act as though he knew exactly what he was doing. But with each new and loud screech, his face got redder, and he looked like he had big nervous butterflies in his tummy. Lil TJ remembered Grandma Patsy's words. Friendships take time. You need to nurture them to help them grow. Be sweet like honey, she whispered to herself as she went to sit next to Bo. Close your eyes, Bo. Take 2 big breaths, TJ said as she smiled at Bo. In, out, in, out. TJ and Bo breathed together. Then Bo surprised TJ. I'm sorry, TJ, Bo said. I've been pretty mean to you. Sometimes new things make me nervous and I don't know what to do. You aren't like anyone else I've ever met, so I wasn't very nice. You aren't like anyone else I have ever met either, Bo. But maybe that's a good thing. We can be special together. Now start playing that violin, she said, and went back to the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4, TJ counted off, and soon the children were creating beautiful music together as one big group, as friends. The end. I loved this book. I hope you liked it too. The colors on all the pages were so bright and cheerful, and they just really popped in there. But I bet you can probably think of someone in your class or someone you know that might be mean, kind of like Bo. And you might know someone, maybe that someone is you. Maybe you're the someone who's like a Bo. Or maybe you're the someone who's like a TJ, who's a little different. And maybe it's hard for people to get to know you, or people maybe think you're a little weird for one reason or another. And you know what? Some people think being weird or different is not cool, but I actually think sometimes when we're a little weird, that's the coolest thing to have. That's the coolest thing to be. So it's about like embracing those things that are unique to you, just like TJ did. She went back to the old ways, the ways she liked to be. And if people didn't like her, that's okay. But also sometimes, just like Bo, there's a little something else going on and we got to find out what that is. And sometimes we can be those people's friends. Sometimes they need a little help on their own too. And that's okay. It's always important to tell somebody if you feel like you're being bullied or hurt by someone in your class or your neighborhood or something like that. It's important to tell an adult that you trust so that you can get help. I talk to a lot of kids and sometimes they worry that they'll get in trouble or people will make fun of them for tattletaling, and that is a possibility. I say that it's important for a teacher to know that someone is maybe doing something to be hurtful to you, so that they can pay attention and maybe they can step in and help if they see it happening. But as I always say, I can't help with something if I don't know what's going on. So if I don't know to pay attention to it and look for it and maybe notice it and see if there's something I can do as an adult to help out. In this case, TJ was able to help it out and fix it herself. And that's okay too. Sometimes we can do that with our kind words and our gentle behaviors. I hope you enjoyed today's reading. You can find this book and all the books I read for Therapy Book Thursday on my Amazon list, at your local bookstore, or at your local library. I will see you again next week, and I can't wait till then.